And we back. Welcome to Spin Sessions, the platform to have an open conversation, not just with the spinners, the superstars that they are, but as well as the spectators, the promoters, and the guys changing tires in the back, working hard in the sun. This is a conversation between us as a whole community, the landscape of this spinning movement, this culture that is not only exploded on the South African scene, but now is officially on the international scene. We got spinners traveling not just locally, but internationally, showcasing South African talented individuals at their best. This is Spin Sessions. This week on Spin Sessions, the one and only Team Saluki representer, Golden Child, In Your Mind, full name Lorenzo, otherwise known as Renzo. What's Renzo?
Hi, Easy Lekovic.
How are you, sir?
I'm alright. It's nice being back, eh?
It's good to have you here. You know, you come up in the top 5 here at Spin Sessions on a regular basis. And me personally, I am very happy to have you here. You are one of my personal top 5 spinners in South Africa, hands down. I have seen you grow from a young boy to a young adult. I've seen you build yourself up from a beginner spinner to a world-class headliner, and I'm honored to have you here, man. Thank you for coming through to Spin Sessions.
It's a pleasure, Vic. It's a pleasure.
You know, I always love sitting with people that we've shared a journey together. Renzo, when you first started, you were like, you know, the middle of the pack, right? You were spinning, you were still learning to spin, you're a beginner. And about 3-4 years ago, 3.5 years, boy, your talent, your skill, your precision driving blew up. You know, when a pot of boiling hot water starts to bubble out of the pot, that is where you have come. You are a phenomenal headliner, a superstar in spinning currently in South Africa, and you have just kept on pushing to the point of the success that you are now commanding. How do you feel about your journey?
You know, Vic, to be honest, it's good to looking back where I started and where am I now. And still today, I'm telling myself, you know, I'm still trying.
Yeah,
And I'm still going to do more. So this is not all. There's something on your mind. It must happen. The thing is, what I want to say is, there's no stop.
I like that mentality,
There's no thing like, no, I can't do this. Like every day I am telling myself, no, try something better. You can do that. If it goes wrong today, tomorrow it will happen. So yeah.
I like that mentality. I always say at the bottom of my social media, Hashtag keep pushing. Keep being a better
pushing,
version of yourself consistently every day. Renzo, I've got so much depth with you. I want to dwell a little bit because it was such a huge contributing factor to the success of you as well as your family, your younger brother. Let's talk a little bit about the support structure that you've had in your father, what he's meant to you as a role, both as a father, a manager, and a person that's enabled you to become this successful spinner.
You know, Vic, to be honest, now, to my father, he's my hero.
Amen. I like that.
He's the one telling me, okay, let's do this. And I'm not like, no, I can't do that. Let's do it together. If we struggle, we struggle. If we get it done, we get it done. And his support also means a lot also to me. Basically, also my little brothers now in the game also. And I do appreciate that he's there for us and being there for me also since when I started in this game.
Yeah. I must say, when another man I'm going to give flowers and clap, your father has built a young empire in the form of Team Saluki in the spin game. And he's contributed a lot, not just to your career, but various people's careers that he's helped build. And he's genuinely been a factor in the game of spinning. So we give Bubbles a hand of applause and his flowers. Let's talk a little bit about your very own spin pitch that has been built in Maroping, the home of Team Saluki, the home of the Easter Weekend Festival. Tell us, it was the very first, I've got to mention, was the very first pitch to be built with paving, which has actually become my favorite, track surface. Tell us a little bit about the brainchild and how, Maroping came to be.
I started spinning 9 years back to think of it.
Yes, it's gone by quick.
Yeah. So my father and them had the land there in Maroping. So we started spinning in Motibistad. There was also so small pitch, so I started learning spinning there. So then my uncle and them told him, "You have a land there. Why don't we do something here together? And you can see this light here as something for the cars and
Some
so on."
talent, yeah.
Even my uncles, they used to spin everything they had. And so then, yeah, they came together and start building Maroping. And that's where I started also spinning every day. When I get a chance, I want to be there.
Yeah, Maroping is such a special place. One of my favorite dedicated spin venues. Like I've mentioned, it's paved with brick, which I think takes more punishment with the spin cars. I think in the long run, it's more affordable than actually tarring a pitch. So if anybody's looking to build,
and it's like a big also.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember the first time I came to Maroping and we were booked there for, I think, the Easter Festival.
Yes,
and I was just like, wow. It was back then the biggest dedicated spin pitch. I still think it is. And it was just, it's just been finished. Everything was clean. The stands were done. You had built that like little nightclub next to the stage. What an epic, epic venue, and has become the home of Easter Weekend. Tell us a little bit about the past Easter Weekend in 2025.
We had a lot of fun. I can say there's a lot of supporters that came through to support the event. And they know now it's the home of Team Saluki, home of Kurman. They know where is home Easter Weekend. Yeah.
Tell us about the origins of Team Saluki and why Saluki the dog was chosen to be your logo.
It was all about my grandfather.
Okay.
He started with this dogs, this grey dogs, you see, this one that's running. So
they used for hunting, am I right?
Yeah. So he used to breed their dogs and so on. But then we started spinning. So my mother and my father spoke with us and say, "What's the team's name?" So then my mother was like, "Team Saluki."
Just
it
like
comes
that.
from your grandfather Lorenzo. So yeah, then we took it from there.
I've got to share a memory that I have of you. I don't know if you'll remember this, but I remember this like it was last night. We went down to Uppington. Luke's from Kaapstad was hosting in Uppington. And it wasn't a dedicated spin pitch. It was...
There by the island, right?
Yeah.
I remember.
It was... how do I describe the area we were using? It was...
So parking lot thingy,
So it wasn't, first of all, it wasn't a square. It was a longitudinal
Yeah.
parking lot that sort of had a U-turn and then came into
With the
another
trees in the
parking
middle.
lot, yeah, with trees. I think that was the first time that the spark ignited in my head that you're going to be a superstar. Because I had, like I said, been watching you spinning for a long time prior. But that event I will never forget. So we had spun the whole day. It was the final rounds of spinning, and Renzo went out. It was pretty dark already. It must have been about 9:30. It was
Yeah,
getting
it was a
cold.
bit dark, yeah.
Renzo took out his E30. I think it had a V8 in it. I can't remember.
Zola, it was
Yes.
at Morunga.
Yeah. So Renzo goes, he goes, he goes, he goes, he pops tire one, he pops tire two, which usually signifies the end of your round. But Renzo wasn't finished yet. Renzo kept on going, kept on going. The rims obviously perform their own fireworks display at night when the metal is grinding up against the surface of the pitch. And Renzo just kept on performing. He was on such an adrenaline high. He spun this side, he spun around the trees, he spun on the other side, he must have spun, I'm not even exaggerating. Usually I exaggerate and like to blow things out of proportion, but Renzo must have spun for at least 9 minutes.
Yeah.
Eventually, when the golden child decided to come to a stop, a 14-inch rim is 14 inches in diameter. Renzo had spun the entirety of the steel rim down to the size of the brake drum that was at the rear of the E30, which means it went from a 14-inch, which is around about this size, to this size. Do you remember that
I do
night?
remember that.
Renzo, for me, that was the night that I was like, that boy is going to be a superstar. How do you reflect on your journey from then to now, and tell us a little bit about the struggles you've incurred as a young spinner trying to break into the game and try and create a name for himself?
Vic, to be honest, when I started spinning, it wasn't for me. It wasn't easy, like just going to a spin show and here's your money. Thanks for coming. No, I never expected that. Also, I was there to have fun and enjoy the game with other spinners and so on. So that went on for about a year, Vic, without anyone paying me. Um, we're doing our own things, service the cars and all that. And in time, my father also have the business,
Sure.
so he's not always there by the spinning. So we also have to give the businesses some time and also.
Focus, yeah.
But then we leave the spin, guys. Then he said, "No, man, leave this. We can't go. Come help me here, but some we'll go on. Our things will come right the side, but we have to focus on the work. Business is first." So
Absolutely.
that's where I started also saying, okay, no, it's fine. Um, you have the shows, you know how to manage it for us, and you know where we can help, and that's it. So then he was like, no, it's cool. He asked me, aren't you mad? I said, no, I'm not mad. I'm here to help also. You can't just do your things alone and stuff.
You got a really good relationship with your father.
I do have, yeah.
That is a blessing. It's good to hear you speak about a man like that.
My friend.
It's good,
It's my second
it's good to have
friend.
that, man.
Yeah.
You know, you share very similar backgrounds. You also run a successful business similar to Sam. How do you find the balance between running your own successful business and still running spinning, which for you has become also a successful business and also requires time and energy?
You know, me and my father spoke about it. When it comes to the businesses, so that if he can't go to a spin show, I'll go for it. He'll just stay and do his thing there. And I must say, this past 2-3 years, the people wanted me, Vic.
No arguments there.
It was for me. It wasn't like don't. I can't disappoint them. But then I told my father, let me just do it. Let me just do it because it I can't explain it, but yeah.
Your facial expressions tells the story by itself. Renzo, without a shadow of a doubt, you are a spinning superstar. And what makes you so unique is we had a previous conversation where we were talking like, what is a complete spinner? Should it include stunt game? Shouldn't it not? Should it be precision driving? Whatnot? And you are unique as you're a phenomenal precision driver. You are an aggressive driver. You are a driver that knows exactly where the placement of his E30 is now and where it will be 2 seconds later when you position it into the kitchen at speed. Yet, you don't have a big stunt game, and I say that respectfully, but you are considered in many people's eyes as a top 5 headliner of South Africa. And that title, you claim it humbly because you truly are a crowd pleaser.
Stunt spinner, let me start it. There's a lot of other spinners that do stunts and so on, but I'm an in-drive spinner.
Precision driver,
car.
yeah.
And I don't disrespect also like to say, I mean, they do stunts so they get more likes or laughs and people like them. No. I have my own way of doing things. And that's how the crowd also know about me and loves me.
Absolutely, Renzo. You have literally carved your name out of the concrete pitches in and around South Africa. Tell me, what gives you the confidence to drive so aggressively? And when I mean aggressive, when spinning first started being commercialized, the aggressive spinners came from Kaapstad. The likes of Sean February, Shane Green, Eddie Rasta, they came with the aggressive, crazy flips. It was a Kaapstad thing. And you drive very much like a Kaapstad spinner of 10 or 12 or 15 years ago. Where does the confidence come to drive so aggressive and position your car at such high speed in tight obstacles?
Vic, I was in Cape Town, I can't say, so 3-4 years back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's my first time being there by Shane Green.
Yeah.
So, there by his house, those compass also span.
Yeah.
Took off my car one day. He said, come, let's see, what can you do? I said, okay, let's do it. So I was driving that day. A bus came there. I passed that bus on that small street. When I stopped there, he said, yes, bro. I was at Cape Townians. And, but yeah, let me tell you, my speed, I look at everyone's rounds. I combine them all together.
And you faster
And I
than all of
add
them?
my own speed.
I give you love on that.
I love King.
No, I give you love on that. So when it comes to entrances and exits out of kitchens, in my personal books, you're number one. Nobody does it better,
That's
Renzo.
easy.
Like no one handles a kitchen with such confidence, expertise, and speed the way you do. You're phenomenal at that. Renzo, I want to dwell a little throwback to Red Bull Shy Motor. I think it was the very first one, 2019. You had a little bit of just unfortunate luck. Tell us a little bit. Not many people know what actually happened there. So unfortunately, people don't see the back end of the story that's happening in the pits. They only see what happened on the actual pitch.
Yeah.
You had made it to the semi-finals. I stand to be corrected. Tell us a little bit about what had happened there and how you felt when it happened, because it was obviously a disappointment.
It was semi-finals, yeah. I think it was against Kayla.
I think so, yeah.
Kayla, yeah. I went in, spun, but the car was a bit hot. So obviously my radiator popped.
Yeah, I remember the pipe blew up.
Boost. So yeah, it was a competition. Things happen like that. You go on. There's another time if you wanna go, you can go. You have fun.
I've been asking this of late to the guests out here at Spin Sessions. What do you prefer spinning space to be? Do you prefer it to be theater and just entertainment where you just go and spin 5 rounds and entertain 12,000 people at Maroping? Or do you prefer it to be in a competitive space like Spin Wars XL or Red Bull Shy Motor?
I would say both, Vic.
Good answer. Tell us why.
To be an entertainer, it's also something good.
Sure.
But there's no competition every day. There's no like there isn't a competition.
Sure.
So when a competition happens, everyone's want to focus. Like they think now, okay, I'm gonna drive now because I wanna be seen as a
Sure.
driver also. So I don't have I don't have something against competitions.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have something against being um a normal spinner out here,
Entertainer, yeah.
entertainer spinning for 5 rounds and so on. Like I said, I'll do both.
So Renzo, obviously you were like the fans demanded, requested, asked nicely for you to be on spin sessions, and I'm happy. And just as many fans have requested you to come back and enter Red Bull Shire Moto, Red Bull Shire Moto is around the corner this year. Will you be placing an entry for Red Bull Shire Moto this year?
You know, Vic, I was telling myself, no, I'm not going. But yeah, this coming week, I'm gonna send in my video, Red Bull Shire Moto online.
So now, Renzo, Saluki's got a sortum of cars, like a whole garage of various spin vehicles with various engines. Tell us currently, what is your favorite engine? I almost know the answer already, but what is your favorite engine to perform in a spin car?
Vic, everyone knows the answer already.
Say it loud, though. Say it loud.
Everyone knows it's 35 or nothing.
I'm a VQ 3.5. So it's safe to say that besides the Kaapstad Owens that were the very first to start getting the VQs, they were getting the VQs really, really affordable down in Cape Town City. You were pretty much one of the dominant spinners that put VQ on the map. What made you move to the VQ from the platform you were using before? And what was the platform? What was the engine that you had before?
We were running 2Js in
Nice.
the Lexus
V8s.
We also had some multi-valves, but no, man, it doesn't. You know, those food jiggers. When it's in the hook, hey, it's in the hook.
Foot flat, Baba.
It's
Foot flat.
flat.
What makes a VQ so unique for you in a spin car?
You know, VQ just talk to me. Like that sound, everything. It's all in my mind also that time.
Yeah. and it revs. It's a high revving performance engine.
doesn't get hot at all.
Let me ask you a question. We were talking the other day about Lexus V8s running a lot of bearings. I myself had quite a few engines in the last 2 years, all running a bearing. Did you suffer the same problems with your Lexus V8s? And has VQs been a better platform from a maintenance point of view? Have they broken or have they been able to hold your foot stuck flat to the floorboard?
You know, I still have V8.
Okay.
Don't have a problem with knocking.
Really?
I don't have a problem.
It's just me and Zico then.
The VQs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's tough engines. Like for real.
No breakages, no common problems.
Nothing.
Really?
Nothing. If I put an engine in, it's in.
Have you gone through any engines in the last 2 years?
I can say 3.
Wow.
Only. And you must know we spun a lot of cars.
And when Renzo spun, he spun hard. Hard. There's only one way Renzo gets to the pitch. It's hard spinning. Aggressive. Pitbull let out on the loose. Renzo, there's a new kid on the block. He's your younger brother.
Baby driver.
Tell us a little bit about your relationship.
You know, that's my brother.
Through and through.
That's true and true. That's my brother. He understands me also. Even though in the spinning game also, I'm telling him, okay, do this, do that. Don't hesitate. Don't look back. Firstly, I told him, you know what, be humble. Whatever happens to you, just be humble. Look forward. You know you can do better. There's always another chance. And yeah, he followed that and he's really coming up in the game, Vic.
You know, the next in line has become dominant players. You, Mano, Austin, Panjaro, you know, the younger brothers are coming hungry. Those they don't want to live in the shadow no more. They want that limelight. They want that bright light. They want to be the superstars.
They drive.
Tell me, what's the age difference? How old are you now? How old is your brother? What's the age difference?
I'm 22. Mano is 16.
16 years young, driving like that already. Does he look up to you a lot? Does he ask you for advice?
No, he's like, to be honest, Vic, every time when I'm in the car, he wants to be in the car.
Wow.
Taking videos. When I'm in the beach, he's also there. He's cheering me up, and that's also cheering me up, you know. So I do appreciate that also from him, showing also love
Absolutely.
and love.
So, Renzo, obviously you come from an affluent family, a successful family with good business. How do you interact with your fans that obviously want 1,000 pictures with you? You know, you're a successful businessman, you're a successful headline spinner. And how do you balance all that fame, that business, that success, and still find the way to remain humble?
You know, Vic, before we say success, it was a struggle. That's where the humbleness began.
Tell us a little bit about that because, you know, Renzo, a lot of people see you as, you know, had it the easier way up into the spin world because of your father's support, him being a successful businessman. Let us know the other story that people don't see.
Yeah, like I said, there was and there is times, you know, there's no business that you can say to stay on that level. Just there is ups and downs, and through that you have to learn how to talk and to communicate with people.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where the humbleness started. You know, the spinning. It's not. You know, I know there's a lot of people there, but spinning. But besides that, there's a lot of people knowing me also outside, and I have to treat them fair also.
You're obviously, like we've said many times in the last few minutes, a superstar. What do you say to young up-and-comers that look up to you as the superstar spinner that you are?
All I want them to know is everything happens with time. If you want it now, you won't get it now. Everything happens also for a reason.
Sure.
So keep up your head, keep on focusing, and where you want to be in life, you will be in life with time and focus.
Amen.
And don't forget the humble part.
Amen. Spoken like a preacher, man. So, Renzo, my final question. You are in everybody's top 5. Like nearly every single guest that I brought you has mentioned you in their personal top 5. It is now your chance to give us your top 5, not in a particular order. They don't have to be first to fifth. Just your top 5 spinners, male and female, right now in South Africa that you think deserve the shine.
Yeah, they are lovely, Vic.
I know, but I only need 5. I only need 5. You know,
there's the youngsters also now in this thing, and there's this old spinners. So where do I start?
I'll make it easier because this is becoming a common occurrence. So give me your top 5 up-and-coming spinners. So away from the superstars. Your top up-and-coming spinners. Someone that you see a spark that it's about to ignite into an explosion. Just like I did when I saw you that night spin the 14-inch rims down to a 12-inch biscuit.
Manu.
For sure.
JF.
Yes.
Can say Panjaro, obviously.
Bro, Panjaro, yes, bro.
Panjaro,
Renzo, I saw Panjaro there. Spin was yes, my man. Yeah, no, the Kruger bloodline is running strong in that one.
And I would say with Panjaro, they are brothers. Obviously, Austin.
Absolutely.
Austin.
He's a superstar though.
Yeah,
we're going to reserve Austin because everybody knows Austin is a superstar. So give me the last
with the
2.
young guns, I would say Mano, JF, Panjaro.
Yeah.
Then there's this boy, then P. Adam.
Everybody's speaking about that kid. Boy can drive, ne? I didn't even know how they adjusted their seat that tight.
He's like this.
I know, I'm like, but don't worry about him being a phenomenal spinner, which he is. Me, I went to go see how they adjusted the seat that tight so that he could get to touch the pedals.
And then my last one is Shane Green Jr.
Oh, my man. Renzo, I just want to say once again, thank you for coming on Spin Sessions. The people asked, they demanded, they requested, they sent in some love letters, and finally you came through to Spin Sessions. So thank you. I appreciate you. Any last words for the community, the fans, and the people that scream your name so loud in stadiums?
Guys, I do appreciate you guys, and don't think I don't see you guys. One love in your mind.
Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only golden child, Lorenzo, aka Renzo! Right here on Spin Sessions with myself, Vic Pardell.